so beautiful the way it flows together. I think I hear birds singing your praises. Amen. I swear you make me feel like I'm your favorite. Oh.
Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today I want to share something that happened to me, not once but twice today. Something that left me feeling invisible, frustrated, and just questioning how people can just disregard your personal space. If you've ever felt like someone crossed the line into your personal bubble, this video is for you. So let's talk about boundaries, respect, and how to navigate these awkward and sometimes infuriating moments as introverts. So this morning I was at the orthodontist for a quick visit. Picture this, all the seats in the waiting area are filled. I'm standing with my back turned to the wall beside the sink. It's a two-person sink. I'm standing with my back against the wall. The sink is here. I'm just minding my own business, checking something on my phone, and out of nowhere, this lady walks super close to me, and I do mean close. She stands there looking at herself in the mirror. If I'm standing right here, she's about here. She stands there looking at herself in the mirror, a mirror that stretches the length of the sink, mind you. And she's just standing there like I'm not even there. At first, I froze and paused what I was doing and just looked at her. I was literally standing with my phone and I just paused and just looked her up and down like, you gotta see me standing right here. I was trying to comprehend the audacity of it all. Eventually, I just politely stepped aside because honestly, what else could I do? But as I walked away, I couldn't help but feel invisible. Like, did she really not see me standing right there? Or she just didn't care? Moments like this remind me how much introverts value their personal space. Not just physical, it's emotional too. When someone steps too close without acknowledging you, it can feel like your presence doesn't matter. And as introverts, we already navigate a world that often feels overwhelming. So these small intrusions can feel like big violations. And then if that wasn't enough for one day, it happened again just hours later at work. I was getting my food out of the microwave, like I typically do, and happened to be standing in front of the dishwasher. This is the dishwasher, this is the counter, this is the overhead microwave. So I'm getting my food out of the microwave, minding my own business, and I picked up my laptop, had all my stuff in my hand, and the lady that comes in to prepare our lunch, she walks up to me. And in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, she's reaching to get a cup, because that's typically what people do. They do that to me all the time. They'll walk up so close to me and just reach past me to get a cup that's on the counter. So that's what I thought she was doing. But no. Mid-turn, as I'm grabbing my things, her hand is reaching for the handle of the dishwasher. And she's motioning to pull the dishwasher as I'm literally standing right in front of it. So I say loudly and firmly, well, excuse me? Because at this point, I was beyond annoyed, okay? And what did she do? She laughed. Oh, what she do that for? Now, I don't know if it was out of embarrassment, but in that moment, I felt a complete disregard for me and my space. The lack of awareness, the audacity, and honestly, the disrespect really did it for me. Now I get it. There are cultural differences when it comes to personal space, and what feels invasive to me might feel normal to someone else. But at this point, when are we gonna accept accountability and take the time to learn and respect the boundaries of others, especially here in America, where personal space is pretty universal expectation? It's not hard to feel disrespected in these situations. So here's what I learned about dealing with moments like this. It's natural to feel a wave of frustration and even disbelief when someone invades your personal space. The first step is to take a deep breath and pause. This gives you moments to process what's happening before you react. For me, this means asking myself, Is this person being intentionally inconsiderate, or are they just unaware? How do I want to handle this without escalating my own stress? Pausing allows you to approach the situation calmly and assertively instead of reacting out of frustration. Because let's be real, as introverts, we prefer thoughtful responses over emotional outbursts. Speaking up doesn't mean you have to be confrontational. A simple, firm, excuse me, I need a little more space can go a long way. For example, in the orthodontic situation, I could have said, I'll move over so you can have a room, but please be mindful of how close you are. In the work situation, I said, excuse me, loudly and firmly. And while that may or may not have worked in the moment, clearly, I realized later I could have calmly added, I need you to give me a little more space next time. It's all about finding language that feels natural while still being clear about your boundaries. Remember, speaking up is not rude, it's self-respect. Just be mindful of your tone and perhaps those facial expressions. And just remember, don't take it personally. Now, this one is hard for me, but sometimes people are just unaware. It's not always about you, even though it feels that way. Sometimes a subtle physical shift can send a clear message. If someone steps into your space, if you can, take a step back without hesitation. It's a nonverbal way to reclaim your boundaries and show the other person that their proximity is uncomfortable. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. For example, at the sink, I politely stepped aside because I couldn't step back because my back was already against the wall. Literally and figuratively. In that case, I should have spoken up and maintained my spot, seeing as though I was standing there first. The key is to avoid shrinking or making yourself smaller. Let the action say, I'm here and I need my space. One thing that has helped me is reframing the situation. It doesn't have to consume my energy. Instead of internalizing it as disrespect, I try to remind myself, this is about their lack of awareness, not my worth. When we allow these moments to linger in our minds, they can drain us emotionally. Instead, ask yourself, what's the best way to address this? And move forward without letting it ruin the rest of your day. This mindset shift can help avoid taking things personally. As I mentioned earlier, but it's worth expanding on, personal space means different things in different cultures. In some places, closeness is a sign of friendliness, not disrespect. While that doesn't excuse the behavior, understanding this can help you approach the situation with more grace and less frustration. For example, you may say, now I understand that some people are used to being close, but I personally need a little more space to feel comfortable. That way, you're addressing the issue without making it about that person in particular. Even when someone crosses a physical boundary, you can still protect your emotional space. Tell yourself, this person's actions don't define my value, and I have the right to feel how I feel about it. If you feel anger bubbling up, try a quick grounding technique like counting to 10 or focusing on your breathing. It's a way to maintain your control over the reaction and keep your peace intact. Because when I say I can feel my heart racing, heat coming out my ears, and the tension rising, mind you, I had my coat on all day. I found myself taking my coat off. I was getting hot. I had to calm myself down within minutes because things like this have been happening for years and I just ignored it. Never spoke up, never acknowledged my feelings, never addressed the person. So now it's very important for me to learn to implement these skills in order to protect my peace and for my own mental health. Now, if you're dealing with someone you see regularly, like a coworker, it's okay to have a follow-up conversation if need be. For instance, I could have said to the lady, hey, I noticed you reached for the dishwasher handle while I was standing there earlier. I'd appreciate it if you could just wait until I move next time. Addressing the issue calmly but directly lets the person know their actions were inappropriate without creating unnecessary tension. Finally, it's very important you honor your feelings. It's okay to feel annoyed, disrespected, or even invisible in these situations if that's how you feel. What's not okay is bottling all of that up, dismissing your feelings as unimportant, Like, oh, it's cool. Oh, I'm tripping. It's no big deal. Everybody does it. Oh, I'm used to it by now. But sis, your body is saying otherwise. Listen to it. After the work incident, I gave myself space to vent, whether it was journaling, talking to someone I trusted, or even reflecting on how I handled the whole situation. Now, don't be calling and consulting somebody who has a quick temper and who always stay on 10 and always stay ready. Somebody who's going to boost you up to say or do something crazy. No, no, no. It's still a professional environment. You still need your job. Processing these emotions help you move forward without carrying the weight of the experience until the rest of the day. If you've experienced moments like this, know that you're not alone. Personal space is sacred, especially for introverts. It's okay to protect it, whether you're speaking up, stepping back, or mentally reframing the situation. You're showing yourself respect, and that's powerful. Most importantly, give yourself permission to feel frustrated. It's valid. But also, don't let it ruin your day or take too much of your energy. Have you ever had someone cross your personal space boundaries? If so, how did it make you feel? How did you handle it? Share your stories in the comments. I'd love to hear how you navigated moments like this. Remember, protecting your personal space and peace isn't selfish. It's necessary. Let's keep encouraging one another to set boundaries and honor the energy we have as introverts. So that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more content about navigating life as an introvert. Until next time, peace out.